Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of College and Career Pathways, where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m., we provide you with information on various colleges and universities, financial aid resources, training programs, technical schools, skilled trade professions, employment opportunities, career exploration, and career readiness skills, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I'm Toni Curitin, your host, and today we will be sharing some information about a vocational technical school called Detroit Training Center. I'm going to open up my screen so that we can begin sharing this information. Share. Okay. Uh, Bear with me a few seconds here. Home slideshow from the beginning. Okay, as I indicated, we're going to talk about a vocational training program from Detroit Training Center, and they are located in Detroit at 5151 Lorraine Street. They have three different programs. The first one, which I'm going to talk about now, is their workforce development programs. They're called workforce development programs because they're designed to quickly train and educate students in the particular field or vocation and certify them quickly so that they can enter the workforce quickly and start earning money. The programs that they offer under the workforce development title would be heavy equipment operators, blight removal, commercial driver's license or CDL Class A, diesel mechanics, welding production, and masonry restoration. We're going to talk about the heavy equipment operating program first. This is a 6 week training program. The cost for the program is $5,000. They have two upcoming classes that you can enroll in. The first one is next week, November 23rd, and it goes 6 weeks all the way until January 11th. And the second class that they offer is coming up in December 14th, and it goes until the 8th of January. Under the heavy equipment operating program, these are the things that you will learn how to do. Heavy equipment operating is the skill trade of being able to run and operate those big, heavy construction machines, your bulldozers, your backhoes, your excavators. These, as you drive along and you see construction work and you see people manning those big machines, that's what this program trains you how to do. They train you how to use a skid steerer. A skid steerer is a single compartment bulldozer. It's You've seen them, and the best way I can describe them is that it looks like a really cute toy, but it's not a toy at all. It is a single manned bulldoze machine. It's smaller, it's way smaller than the regular size bulldozer. A regular size bulldozer can house two, maybe even three people in the compartment. In the skid steer or the bobcat, it can only house one person at period, one person at a time. It's the compartment where you climb in, you operate. It has a steel cage around it in case it rolls over, it keeps you safe. And it has a bulldoze bucket in the front. And you use it to load up and move earth and material. Um, you'll learn how to work the backhoe, the loader, the excavator, forklifts, um, the aerial kind, as well as the kind that are on the you know the ground. The telehandler, which is a large reach forklift. It's about the size of a real big bulldozer with a forklift handle on the end that allows you to reach up several stories and move larger pieces of equipment. You will also be taught how to carry and handle your loads in these machines, how to conduct pre and post equipment inspections. You will also be taught, in addition to the skills to run and operate the machinery, they will also teach you career readiness training. They will teach you the interview techniques, the soft skills training, the resume preparation, and how to do job search and use the search engines on your software programs on the internet. And then once you successfully complete the program, they have job placement assistant. They have partnerships with various construction companies and contractors, and you can get your certification with Detroit Training Center. Once you complete, you can go in and interview with many of these companies, successfully get the job, and then you can start working, earning money. Now, these are the credentials you'll earn for the heavy equipment operating program. You'll earn your OSHA 30 certification. OSHA is the safety program in construction and skilled trades, and they train you on various aspects on how to be safe, how to prevent accidents from happening, and what to do in the event that an accident, occurs. You'll receive your certification in OSHA. You will receive your excavators operating certification, your backhoe loader operator certification, your your skid steer or bobcat operating certification, your aerial lift operator certification, your telehandler, your rough terrain forklift operating certification, your asbestos abatement contractor's license, and your first aid CPR bloodborne pathogens license. In all of the training programs that Detroit Training Center provides, there are two things that every program receives. They all receive um, first aid CPR training certification. You'll Every program receives one of those certificates, as well as the career readiness training. Every program receives training and instruction in those areas. Now, the career pathways that the heavy equipment operating program can lead to: starting salary. The salary figure you see here, these are the starting salaries, what you can earn immediately upon completion of this program. Once you get in the program and then you start getting more and more training, your salary increases. You become more and more valuable because you learn more and more things. But the career pathway for the heavy equipment operators program, some of the positions are as follows. You can become a civil construction equipment operator, a residential and commercial construction equipment operator, a highway maintenance laborer, a material sorting laborer, an excavating and loading machine operator, a landscape equipment operator, and an asbestos abatement laborer. These are the different career paths that are available to you upon immediate completion of the program. Now, the other thing that this does, once you complete this program, no matter which one of the trades that they offer you take, all of them provides you with training and certification in various things that allows you then to apply for any apprenticeship in any of the skilled trades. Once you complete this program, you will interview with various contractors and construction companies. They will then become your boss and sponsor, and can sponsor you into the skilled trades union through the apprenticeship programs. You increase your chances of being selected to participate in those programs by getting these pre-certifications through Detroit Training Center. The next program we'll talk about is Blight Removal Program. This is a 6-week program. The cost is $5,000, and the next class available will be in January. Under the Blight Removal Program, you'll be trained to identify, remove, pack, transport, and dispose of hazardous materials, including asbestos, lead-based paint, waste oil, fuel, transmission fluid, radioactive materials, or contaminated soil. Specialized training and certification in hazardous material handling and heavy equipment machinery operation. Now, you ask, what is blight removal? Blight removal, whenever you see a demolition of buildings or houses, or a renovation of houses or buildings, they go in and they either tear down or remove the former structure that was in place to either, again, they're demolishing it completely, or they are renovating it to upgrade it to a new look. Well, blight removal workers are the people that go in and remove the hazardous material, because a lot of our buildings, still exist from 50 years ago, 100 years ago. And back then, the code was different for building materials. Like back then, you could use lead in paint. You can't use it anymore because they've discovered how harmful it can be to humans. So they discontinued that practice. And now all lead paint is lead free. But if your building was built prior to 1950, um, it had some lead paint in it. And so to remove it, it's not like you can just tear it down. It, it's a delicate process because the particles in it can get into the new soil and construction area of your new building and or your new renovation project, and recontaminate your project, making your project unsafe because it it's been contaminated with lead or asbestos. And so blight removal workers are people that go in and safely remove asbestos that was in the installation or the walls or the ceiling or the basement, or the lead paint that was painted, in many or all of the rooms. They go in and they delicately remove these items or chemicals or materials, and they package them up and they safely transport them away so that the construction site or the renovation site is now safe to either finish off or further renovate. That is what a blight removal person does. So they will work strictly in the capacity of renovation and demolition. The credentials that you can earn under the blight removal program, again, your OSHA 30 certification, excavator operator certification, your lead abatement worker supervision license, your skid steer operating certification, your aerial lift operating certification, and your Haz Whopper 40 certification. Now, I'm going to stop and say, okay, that's a mouthful. Haz Whopper, what is that? Okay, Haz Whopper stands for Hazardous Waste Operator. You are given a certification certifying you to remove hazardous waste. And as we looked at in the beginning slide describing the things that you'll learn under this program, one of the things you could be learning is how to remove hazardous waste. You could find yourself working at a plant um, that has radiation in it, or operates with radiation. And there are various cleanups and hazards that need to take place. And so you'll be able to safely contain that hazardous waste material and remove it so that no one is harmed from it. Um, you'll also be certified and given your license as an asbestos abatement contractor. And of course, you will be learning your first aid and your CPR. Your career pathways for a blight removal worker would be an asbestos abatement laborer or supervisor, a lead abatement laborer or supervisor, a hazardous material removal worker, a demolition laborer, and or an equipment machine operator. The salary for this, again, these are starting salaries. Right as you complete this program, you will be starting out around $18 an hour. That's about $37,000 a year, give or take. And it could be more because in the skill trades, in the construction business, there is always overtime. So, yes, you are going to be a full time employee with benefits and all of that, but all construction, they have major overtime constantly. So, your salary goes up considerably when you factor in all that overtime. Next, we're going to look at commercial drivers, licensed CDL Class A truckers. This is a 6-week program. The cost is $5,000. They have upcoming classes on November 23rd, December 14th, and January 11th. Under the Detroit Training Center, they offer commercial driver's license CDL Class A training. Under this program, you will be taught how to drive a semi tractor trailer. You'll be taught how to work the air brakes, drive in straight lines, offset left and offset right backing up. 90-degree alley docking maneuvers will, you'll be receiving training in that area. You'll be taught how to couple trailers to your semi tractor trailer truck. You will be taught how to properly inspect your rig before you make your journeys and your trips for your loads to transport um, your material and the things that you'll be transporting, because you can be transporting anything from live animals to building supplies. I mean, it just could be anything. And you'll be driving long distances. Sometimes you can drive locally within your state, all around your state, or sometimes you can drive cross country from Michigan to California. It just all depends on you and what you want to do. The credentials that you'll receive under this program will be your Class A CDL license. You will be receiving your air brake endorsement. And of course, you'll receive career workplace readiness, and job placement assistance. For your career pathways, you could become, like I said, a local truck driver, semi truck driver. You could drive over the road, which is your cross country truck driver, regional driver, a local delivery person delivering local loads, a construction and landscape equipment operator. Uh, you could become a CDL instructor. You could learn how to do all of this and then go back and teach others how to do it. And you could become the owner operator of your own trucking rig and then trucking company. It paths are wide open. You set the pace. You determine how far you want to go with this, what direction you want to go with this. Again, once you complete this program, 6 weeks, starting salary begins at $20 and it goes out from there. And the longer you're in it and the more you learn, the higher your salary goes. Next, we're going to look at MIG welding production training. This is a 7-week program. The cost is $5,900. Their next class is coming up next week, November 23rd. Now, what is a MIG welder? Basically, MIG welder, MIG. The MIG is in reference to a system of gas welding. Welders use a combination of gas and electricity to combine metals together so that they can form seals on uh, equipment, or they're joining together components to fill holes or to make indignation. It's basically, you are the person that will make sure that the metal structures are properly joined together and sealed through welding. You'll learn how to use the hand welding, the flame torch, cutting torch, soldering equipment, brazing equipment. They'll teach you how to join the metals to create seams, fill holes, make indignations. You'll learn how to fabricate metal. Now, fabrication means that you'll be taught how to literally, from blueprint design, cut out from sheet metal and create items. One thing that comes to mind to best describe uh, fabricator. I don't know if you ever watched this. There's a show that used to come on called American Chopper, and it was a reality show about a man and his family that owned a motorcycle business where they designed and built motorcycles and sold them. And so one of the sons, he was a fabricator, which is what this is. And what he would demonstrate is through welding how he would design different parts on the bikes, the wheels, the chassis, the frame, designing the frame and weld those things together into some really awesome creations. That's what a welder, or part of the thing, part of a portion of what a welder does. They'll be taught how to weld components in flat, vertical, or overhead positions, to operate safety equipment and use safe work habits. They'll be taught shield metal arc welding basics, intro to MIG and arc welding. They will be taught how to examine work pieces for defects, measure work pieces with straight edges, and templates to ensure conformance and um, with specifications. And of course, they will be taught career readiness and they will be given job placement assistance when they complete the program. The credentials that you'll earn under the Mig Welding Production Training Program, you'll be given a certificate in MIG welding production as a MIG welding production worker. You'll be given forklift operating safety certification, first aid CPR training certification, OSHA 10. You'll get your OSHA 10 license. You'll be given um, your American Welder Society qualifications, which allows you to apply for membership in the American Welder Society. And you'll be provided with career readiness training and job placement assistance. Your career pathways: you could become a MIG welder, a production line welder, or a fabricator. Your starting salary upon completion of this program immediately is, again, starts at around $20. With all the overtime that they have in this field, yearly, annually, your salary could be $50,000 or higher. Next, we will look at the Masonry Restoration Training Program. This is a 12-week program. The cost is $4,500. The next upcoming class will be in January of 2021. Under this program, students will learn how to work on masonry restoration projects. They will learn mortar spreading, furrowing, buttering, bricklaying. They will learn about masonry tools and equipment, masonry mediums that you'll use because they use concrete, they use marble, they use granite, they use limestone, they use a lot cement. They use a lot of different mediums because they build a lot of different things that require different surface structures. And they will be taught restoration techniques. Upon completion of this program, you'll receive your OSHA 30 certification, your aerial lift operators certification, your masonry restoration certification, first aid CPR certification. You'll receive career readiness training and job placement assistance. With these certifications, you can move on and become a cement mason, a concrete finisher, a stone mason, a segment paver, and a terrazzo worker. Terrazzo workers are people that work with marble and granite. That's they do walls, they do floors, they do countertops and tables with marble and granite. That they work specifically and just with uh, that particular medium of masonry work. Again, starting salaries $20 an hour immediately after you complete the program. It goes up from there. Of course, the longer you work, the more training you receive. And with the overtime that is offered in all of these fields, your salary could be 50,000 and even more. Next, we have the heavy equipment diesel mechanic. Now, this is a 2-year program and the cost is $22,000. The next class that will be available is coming in January of 2021. Under this program, students will be trained in the basic fundamentals of diesel mechanic operations. They will learn mechanical, electrical, and hydraulic technology, welding, engine tune-up, engine repair, engine service, and troubleshooting systems. You will receive diesel engine certification. The credentials that you will receive under this program is diesel engine certifications, drivetrain certifications, brake certifications, suspension and steering certifications, electronic systems certification, heavy equipment operator certification, first aid CPR certification, OSHA 10 certification. You'll receive career readiness training and job placement assistance. Salary begins again $20 an hour and above. You can become a mobile heavy equipment mechanic, which means that no matter where the construction site is, if their bulldozer break down, they pick up a phone and call you, and you go out there and fix their equipment so that they can get their project back up and running. You can become a heavy equipment repair technician, a bus or truck mechanic, or a diesel technician. These are all very lucrative fields. Now, in the beginning, I said that there were three forms of training that Detroit Training Center offers. The first one was workforce development. Those were all of the programs that we just went through. They also offer workshop training classes in asbestos abatement, lead abatement, forklift operation, OSHA 1030 certification, and Haz Whopper. There's that word again, hazardous waste operations and emergency response, 2440. They offer many certification workshops in these areas where if you don't want to do that whole program, but you just want the certification in it because you've already been in the field and you already had the training, you can just take this workshop and receive your certification in that area, this specific area. And then they also offer home improvement workshops. Now, this is for the novice. This is for the do it yourself person that wants to learn how to drywall, mud, tape, paint, do residential electrical work, to install windows and doors, to do rough carpentry and hardwood floors, ceramic tile, floor tiles, walls, plumbing, garbage disposal installation, kitchen cabinets and counter installation, vinyl siding and trimming and roof repair. They provide many workshops. They are 3 hour workshops on Saturdays that they offer, and the cost is like $70 per class. Now, the reason why I am featuring this is because say you want to go into skill trade, but you don't really know what area you want to go into. Take one of these little mini workshops that they host on Saturdays for $70. It will give you a very good idea of what that skill trade profession will be like, and you can determine, hey, um, let me try and see if I want to be a roofer. And you take that 3 hour class, and they show you what is involved in it, what it entails, and then at the end of it, you're like, yes. Now you can then go into the roofer apprenticeship program and sign up. Or you take it and you say, you know what? I didn't really realize I was afraid of heights and I don't want to be up on a roof. So now that's something that you've taken and it has shown you that that's not quite a good fit. And maybe you can go into a different direction without having invested a full tuition and semester of learning or years of learning in the program and um, discovering it's not what you want to do after all. So they offer these little mini workshops every Saturday. They're 3 hours long, $70 per class. You can take it, get an idea of whether or not this program for this specific skill trade is what you want to do. Do you want to be a painter? Do you want to be a carpenter? Do you want to be a roofer or a plumber? These are all giving little mini sessions. And then, and then it also provides you with some good do it yourself home information so that you can work around your home in the advent that something comes up and you have to fix something. You would be surprised um, how much repair people charge for coming out and just to take a look at what's wrong. let alone let you know how much it costs to fix it. So, Detroit Training Center, again, they're located at 5151 Lorraine Street in Detroit. Phone number is 313 221 5876. The web address, www.detroittraining.com. Go on the website, take a look at all of the programs. They go into very deep detail on each of the vocations that they offer, the classes, the cost. Let me just address this before I go. So, I gave you the cost of just about all of the programs they offer. I'm sure you're wondering, do they have financial aid? Okay, yes and no. They don't have FAFSA financial aid that you use when you go to college and university, but they do have workforce development funding grants that you can apply for and more likely will be able to get, and it will more likely cover the entire cost of the tuition of these programs. So, when you call them and talk to them about their programs, they will direct you to their workforce. They have on their site the workforce development specialist that will put your information in so that you can apply for the grant, so that you can receive the money to cover the cost of these courses. Now, these workforce development grants are not loans. You don't have to pay them back. These are free. They will cover the cost for your program and you don't have to pay anybody back because the objective is to get the citizens in our state into the workforce without causing them to have to pay out an exorbitant amount of money just to obtain training so that they can better themselves and their lives. So, again, Detroit Training Center, it's an excellent program. It's quick, it's very thorough and very knowledgeable. They assist you in your job training, they assist you in job placement, they assist you in helping you get the job, making you career ready. Wonderful program. Many successful people have gone through it and have obtained very lucrative jobs. All of these positions, all of the vocations that we went over, every last one of them provides you with various certifications that can help you get into an apprenticeship program in that particular trade. You can get into the heavy equipment operating apprenticeship program where they will sponsor you and train you to be a journeyman after 3, 4, 5 years, and then you really will be making lucrative money. This is an excellent program. It doesn't take a lot of time. Give them a call. That's all I have today for college and career pathways. Again, my name is Toni Curitan. I'm the Student Success Coordinator. You can give me a call if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them, direct you to someone, connect you to someone. If you have an interest in anything, questions about anything, please feel free. Give me a call. My number is 586 842 0558. My extension is 312. My email address is tonic at atsedu.net. I know this information has been helpful to you. I hope that you give them a call and enroll in their program. I thank you for joining me today, and you have a great